We just spent 7 days exploring Raja Ampat, which is the most biodiverse marine ecosystem
in the world,
and countless hours playing the trip. We're now giving you all the essential information we've learned, including how do you get there, the language, cash or credit card, is it safe, where to stay. I mean, really, if it took us 4 flights and 2 boats just to arrive in Raja Ampat, I think I need a vacation. I'm not saying we know everything after a week here, but we probably know more than most tourists.
Probably.
This is the Raja Ampat Island Guide. Let's go!
I'm living my best life. I'm living my best life.
Well, I want to go back here now, so let's dive into the important information you'll need to know. Raja Ampat is located in the Indonesian archipelago and consists of over 1,500 islands and considered one of the best places on Earth to scuba dive or snorkel. Do you need a visa? Yes, you most likely will need a visa if you're from Europe, North or South America. The process is extremely easy since you can get a visa on arrival or apply for an e-visa online before arriving. You'll be able to stay 30 days with the option to add an extra 30 days on top of that. Then what's the language? Indonesian is the official language of Indonesia, and depending on where you're staying, you'll 100% want to know some key words and phrases beforehand, as well as downloading a translation app for your phone. What's the currency? The Indonesian currency is the rupee, with the highest bill being
100,000.
or just over $6 US. Are there ATMs? There are literally 0 ATMs in Raja Ampat, so bringing more than enough rupees beforehand is essential. Cash or credit card? Cash is basically the only currency that is reliable here. Some scuba diving and accommodations will accept credit cards or an online payment, which is great! Just remember that internet service here can be extremely poor, and if it goes down, you won't be able to pay. So how do you get here? Visiting any of the islands in Raja Ampat is a bit of a challenge. The most common way to arrive is to fly into the Sorong airport and then take the ferry to Raja Ampat, or possibly finding your live-aboard boat in the Sorong harbor. We'll dive much deeper into this later in the video. Can you drink the water? The vast majority of islands in Indonesia, you will not be able to drink the water, and this includes Raja Ampat. You should only drink from specific water jugs that they provide or from water bottles. What's the power outlet? Indonesia uses the Type C or the Type F power socket. If you're coming from America, you will need an adapter. Also of note, depending on where you're staying, you'll most likely not have electricity 24 hours a day. It can be anywhere between 6 to 18 hours of electricity a day, so it's essential to charge any device when power is available.
And how do you feel?
Angry.
All right.
When's the best time to visit? October through April is considered the best times with calmer water, less rain, and wind. But more on this, again, later in the video. Can you drink alcohol in public? You sure can. You're in paradise, but also in the middle of nowhere. So if you plan on drinking alcohol, you should buy some somewhere else and bring it with you to Raja Ampat. How long should you stay? After all of our research and realizing there isn't an easy way to get to or from Raja Ampat, we would recommend staying at the bare minimum 6 days. We stayed 7 days and met other people that were staying 2 weeks or longer island hopping from area to area. Is there tipping? Tipping is not part of the culture here, so there is no need to worry about it. Is it safe? Raja Ampat is considered extremely safe in terms of crime. There is virtually no crime and is considered one of the safest areas in Indonesia.
Whoa, Miss Lippy.
With that said, the abundance of wildlife in the area means some creatures are venomous and even deadly to humans. Just be smart and follow the golden rule.
Don't touch anything.
And you should be safe. Do you need to wear anything special? Besides wearing swimsuits day after day, Sunday is a special day.
Sunday!
It is considered a day of rest and religious observation for the local population, which is mostly Christian. So you should expect limited to no boat transfers or tours on
Sunday!
What are the prices like? Depending on where you're staying, the only prices you'll really encounter is for your accommodations and the boat trips. Homestays, resorts, and live-aboard boats will all have full board, which includes unlimited water, tea, coffee, and 3 meals a day. The prices can vary a ton, so you'll want to do some research on the different accommodations. Some islands will have small mini-marts or shacks where you can pick up a bag of chips or some soda pop, but you won't find any of the essential items like toothpaste or bug spray.
And how do you feel?
Finally, the biggest expense is boat transfers and day trips. Each homestay will set up their own price for boat trips, and there's basically no gas stations or fuel pumps anywhere, so gas is extremely expensive in this remote area. Just to give you an estimate, the most expensive full day trip that we took was over $200 US. Are there public bathrooms? Nope, they do not exist. And the final essential thing you'll want to know is the website StayRajaAmpat.com. It's an extremely valuable resource, and it goes over literally every question we had, and it shows you all the homestays that are available on each island and so much more.
Recommendation.
Deserted beaches, snorkeling locations all to yourself, fantastic sunsets, picturesque islands. Raja Ampat is the total package and considered one of, if not the best location in the world for diving and snorkeling.
Whoa, 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 Miss Slippy.
So snorkeling and diving are the top things to do here. For us being only snorkelers, we can definitely say this is literally the best we've ever experienced, having been to both the Philippines and the Maldives. Seeing so much healthy coral here is truly magical.
Magic, magic, magic.
Boy.
Two locations that are worth visiting is Piaynemo or the Waisai Islands. They both provide an extraordinary panoramic view from above over the crystal clear turquoise waters. At Piaynemo, there was around 300 steps that you'll have to hike up to the viewpoint, as well as a secondary viewpoint over a star-shaped lagoon, which was less built up than Piaynemo and more difficult to climb up top. The last thing you'll want to see are both the sunsets and the sunrises. After a hard day of work, snorkeling, you can come back and relax and then take in the most picturesque sunsets we've ever seen.
It's a turtle.
Getting into Raja Ampat is one of the most difficult things to do, which is partly why it's so underdeveloped. It took us over 2 days to get from Chicago to our homestay, so this section is a doozy. Getting into Raja Ampat, you'll need to take a ferry from the nearby island, Sorong. But getting to this nearby island, the only real option is flying, which currently doesn't have any international flights. This leaves you with only 4 airports in Indonesia that fly into Sorong. And of course, tropical storms can pop up at any time. Flights are often delayed, meaning that you might miss the ferry if you schedule your connection too close. To make matters worse,
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
flights don't run the same time every day, and many of them arrive in Sorong around the same time the ferry leaves, so you'll have to wait an extra day before going to Raja Ampat.
And how do you feel?
Angry.
Anyways, once you arrive in Sorong, there are seemingly an endless amount of taxis that will take you the 10 minutes or so to get to the Sorong harbor. This should cost around 100,000 rupees for the trip, or you could always just walk outside the airport and take a rideshare with either the Grab or the Gojek app for less than half the price.
Savings.
From there, you'll buy a ferry ticket in this building, and there is no need to buy in advance. It'll cost you 125,000 per person and an extra 12,000 for the harbor tax. Storms or other issues can change the ferry schedule without notice. And just remember to have your passport on you, since you'll need it to purchase the ticket.
Boy, that escalated.
But now that you're in Raja Ampat, you'll be in Waisai. You'll have the final steps of walking over this way, then buying your visitor entry ticket at the tourism office. Then simply meet your pre-arranged homestay boat transfer or your live-aboard boat, again, at the tourism office. Now that you've arrived, how do you get around? Each homestay will have its own boat that you can hire to visit different islands, snorkeling spots, or go to a different homestay. The prices are based on the destination, not per person. So if there's other travelers interested in visiting the same location, it can significantly decrease the price you'll pay.
The language.
Indonesian is the official language of the country and spoken by over 97% of the population. Raja Ampat also has several indigenous languages that are commonly spoken. Because of this, it is vital to know a handful of words and phrases ahead of time that you can reference, as well as a translation app that can be used without internet connection. From living in a boat to living in a bungalow over the ocean, it can seem like you're living in a fantasy. We're only going to focus on the bungalow homestays since this is what we did, and the actual resorts or the live-aboard boats are extremely expensive. Since we both don't scuba dive, we wanted to make sure we had a homestay that had a great house reef to go snorkeling whenever we wanted, and close enough to other islands that we could take day trips. This left us with 3 options: Aborak, Cree, and Mansur Island, and we ended up picking Mansur. You'll want to do a bunch of research and read the reviews on StayRajaAmpat.com to pick one that fits you best. Just be aware ahead of time that nothing is quite like it seems. We only had electricity for 6 hours at a time before it cut out for 2 hours. There will be no air conditioning, there's no garbage collection anywhere, so you'll see a lot of trash around. You'll possibly have no Wi-Fi or little to no cell phone service. Toilets, and if you're lucky showers, will be shared by everyone in the homestay. And you'll most likely run into mosquitoes, bugs, and possibly mice. Or maybe like us, a hole just randomly pops open in the ceiling and you have your own sunroof in the bungalow during a downpour.
That escalated quickly.
But man, those sunsets and sunrises and snorkeling are just priceless.
When to go?
As we mentioned in the beginning of the video, October through April is considered the best time to visit. This is when you'll have calmer waters, more underwater visibility, less rain, and wind. If you plan on scuba diving, you'll especially want to visit between December to February, as this is the peak time for marine activity, including the manta ray. June and July are usually considered the rainiest months, and then June through September are the windiest, which can make things very unpleasant when traveling on a boat. Due to its location on the equator, Raja Ampat has year-round warm temperatures on land and in the water,
And how do you feel?
making it perfect for snorkeling, island hopping, and relaxing any time of the year. We visited at the end of September. And that, my friends, has been the Raja Ampat Island Guide. If you're looking for more videos on Indonesia, click this playlist up here.